Hi, I'm Jack and I'm here with Amy. We're part of the Youth Media Group. We're here at Fáilte with Aoibhinn Ni Suilleabháin.
You're a former maths teacher and currently lecturing and researching maths education. How can we help students to engage more with maths as a subject?
How can we help students engage more with maths? Well, I think the first thing that we have to bring home all of the time is that maths is going to be everywhere in your world. It doesn't matter what field you go into, it doesn't matter what job you go into, you're going to be using maths. And that maths is more than just numbers. It's actually about patterns and it's about kind of making sense of the world around us. So for me, and when I have my student teachers, I always get them to try and think about how we can make maths relatable and give it context, because I think a lot of the times when we're talking about maths it can be quite abstract. So I think when you put visuals on it, when you put shapes on it, when you put stories on it, that makes the maths more interesting and more engaging. And I think it's important that we also celebrate mistakes in mathematics, because there's no mathematician that you will meet that hasn't gone through making lots of mistakes in their mathematics. So there's no real such thing as a genius. Nobody is born good or bad at maths. There's no such thing as a maths gene. But that maths is actually something that you have to work hard at. And making mistakes is a really important part of that. So that's really important to me.
How important is it to encourage more girls to take up careers in the STEM areas?
I think it's really important that we encourage more girls to take up careers in STEM areas, but also that we encourage people from our migrant communities to consider it as well, because it's all about diversity. If you have a team full of the same people, they're all going to have the same ideas. Whereas if you have a diverse team with different backgrounds, different gender experiences, different cultures, they will come up with different solutions to a problem, and that's what it's all about. So it's not just about having equal numbers, but it's about having diverse people on a team, because it's when you have different perspectives, and that's when your conversations get interesting, and that's when you can come up with really good ideas.
What would you tell your Leaving Cert self?
My Leaving Cert self, I would tell her to maybe not get so stressed. When I look back on it now, I actually think I did an okay job at my Leaving Cert though, because I made myself study and I wrote down how much I studied every week. So then I didn't feel so bad or panic at the end, because I could count up all of the hours that I had done in homework and study and go, actually, I did a lot of work on this. And I wasn't actually really panicking, because I wasn't setting the bar too high. I wanted to do theoretical physics in UCD. I had to get a B1 in my honours maths, but I only needed 310 points. So I wasn't actually that worried about it. Now, if you wanted to do theoretical physics in UCD, you'd have to be getting up in 520. So, I think there was a little less pressure on me at the time. But saying that, I did kind of completely panic in my English exam. So what I would say to myself is for that first exam, just relax and just write. Because I actually really enjoy writing, even though maths and physics is the route that I went down. I was actually really good at English, but I panicked for that first exam. So maybe that's what I'd say. Don't panic.
You are a former Rose of Tralee. What opportunities has it afforded you?
Well, I never expected to be Rose of Tralee. Even when I was in the competition, I thought I'd be putting my jeans on straight after the show, because I didn't think they'd be picking me. But it's afforded me an awful lot of opportunities, because I would never have gone into media. I would never have had the experiences talking to diverse audiences all around the world. I got to travel the world so much that year as well. So I learned a lot about communication skills. I learned a lot about presenting. I learned a lot about meeting people all of the time. And I learned a lot about Ireland and representing Ireland abroad, because there's a lot of communities in Australia and America where being Irish is really, really important to them. And I didn't realise that before, that we've got all the diaspora abroad that always want to stay connected to Ireland.
You're a public figure but guide your private life very well. How difficult is it to have this balance in this era of social media?
It's not difficult at all. Journalists don't generally do an awful lot of research, and so if you don't put your personal data out there, they won't go and find it. So I think while some people think that being in the public is fun, it's really not. It's much better actually if you get to do the work that you want to do. And I'm very privileged that I get to present a science programme and that I get to work with lots of different people in television and radio. But it's not actually difficult to keep your private life private. So I highly recommend it.
As we are at Fáilte celebrating teachers and teaching, can you share your favourite memory either as a student or as an educator?
My favourite memory?
Yeah.
Oh God. As a teacher or as a student? That's a difficult one. Let me see. I'm trying to think now. You're putting me on the spot. I think, do you know what? It might have been one of my first or second year classes where I had a group coming into my class and they were all really bubbly and they were in great form, and I just asked them, I said, "You're in great form, lads, today?" And they're like, "Well, we're coming to maths class and we really like maths class, miss." And that made me feel really good that, they enjoyed coming to class to learn maths.
Thank you.
Thank you.